What's up, guys? How's it going? Hope you're all doing well. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe. And in today's video, I want to talk about the big fights taking place on the weekend. Obviously, you got the Inui versus Nakatani fight, but in this video, I'm going to focus on the cruiserweight clash between David Benavidez and Zurdo Ramirez. In this fight, Ramirez is obviously defending his titles against David Benavidez, who's having his first fight up at cruiserweight. So Benavidez is coming into this fight as a favorite, and I see quite a lot of people online seem to be picking him fairly comfortably. Um, I'm not one of those people. I happen to think Ramirez might actually pull off the upset here, him being the naturally bigger guy. I know Benavidez is a big guy as well, but Zurdo has quite a substantial size advantage. I think he's a bigger puncher as well, and I think his boxing ability and boxing skills as well as IQ is quite underrated by the general boxing public. He's a great body puncher as well. He's southpaw. He's got good lateral movement. He turns his opponents really well, which I think in this fight will be quite important, as well as the fact that Benavidez tries to push you onto the ropes and then accumulate damage on you on the ropes with his combinations. The fact that Zurdo being the bigger man and having that ability to turn off the ropes and pivot off the ropes and turn his opponents, I think his size advantage and footwork to turn off the ropes will be quite crucial in this fight to help him keep the fight in the center of the ring, which I think, if for the most part, if the fight is in the center of the ring, I think we could see Zurdo kind of pick Benavidez apart. However, Benavidez from actual, the edge of range is decent. He is a pressure fighter that likes to get on the inside and, throw those hooks and uppercuts inside. But even from the edge of range, Benavidez has good extension on his shots, and he has a stiff jab and a pretty fast right hand as well. I think Zurdo probably has the better jab in this fight, but obviously Benavidez is not going to look to get into a jabbing competition with Zurdo. He's going to look to turn up the pressure and try and, either outwork or break down and stop Zurdo. So I think in this fight, it's going to be quite important that Zurdo gains Benavidez's respect quite early in the fight so that he can kind of control the tempo and speed of the fight and use his feints and level changes to kind of slow down the pace a bit and make Benavidez a little bit hesitant to just run in. So like I said, I think he's going to have to try and hurt Benavidez early, either to the head or body. Like I said, Zurdo's a great body puncher as well, so I could actually see him hurting Benavidez to the body. Benavidez is quite a fleshy guy, but we've also seen Benavidez shaken up top as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if Zurdo manages to clip him and hurt him up top. But like I said, Zurdo's a great body puncher, so I wouldn't be shocked if Zurdo hurts him to the body. He really is a very good body puncher. So like I say, in this fight, I'm probably slightly favoring Zurdo due to those facts of him being the bigger man, having lateral movement, good boxing ability. I think he's very underrated. But Benavidez, he's going to do what he always does. He's quite predictable in the sense that, he's a front foot guy. He's a combination puncher. He's very fast and he's a good counter puncher as well. So he's not easy to deal with in there for sure, but he's used to being the bigger man and using that size advantage to kind of wear people down, walk through them. And, a lot of the guys being smaller, they tend to run out of gas about halfway through the fight. Whereas Ramirez in this fight, being the bigger man, he can kind of put a shoulder up on Benavidez. He doesn't have to just run the whole time like you saw a Caleb Plant or kind of an Andrade have to do, where they're so much on the back foot using too much movement and throwing too many shots just to try and keep Benavidez off of them because they can't really get his respect. They tend to run out of gas. So in my opinion, I think this is Benavidez's toughest fight. I know the Morrell fight was quite tough as well, but in this fight, obviously being his first fight up at cruiser, it's a 25-pound weight jump as well. So I like Zurdo in this fight. He's the bigger man. I think he's the bigger puncher. He's got good legs, great boxing skills. to me, Zurdo is really nice. I think his body punching, the way he turns guys, it's quite a work of art. So I like Zurdo in this fight, probably to win on points. In probably what will be a close and competitive fight, because Benavidez is, like I said, he's a tough guy, and with that punch output that he's got, it's going to be difficult. But I think Zurdo has the boxing IQ, enough power, enough lateral movement to be able to sort of outbox. And like I said, he's going to have to gain Benavidez' respect at some point in this fight so that he can kind of slow down the pace a little bit. But I think Zurdo has the ability to pull this out. So I'm picking Zurdo, probably, in a 7-5, 8-4 type of win on points. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Benavidez does outwork Zurdo, because Benavidez, I mean, he's a beast. He has a, very high work rate. Fast guy as well. But like I said, I'm picking Zurdo. I think he will pull this fight off, but not going to be an easy one. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section below, guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.